Labour Party 8 paces outward. March. Labour Party inward. Turn. Wider left. Quick. March.
You could hear a pin drop, the silence there at a significant moment, not just militarily and for the government, but a daughter in the Princess Royal, Princess Anne there, saying goodbye to her mother. Of course, she'll be part of the ceremonies going on. She'd also, according to local reports there in London, has issued a statement, Princess Anne, in saying, quote, "I was fortunate to share the last 24 hours of my dearest mother's life. It's been an honor and a privilege to accompany her on our final journeys. Witnessing the love and respect shown by so many of these journeys has been both humbling and uplifting." She goes on to say that she shares these memories and offers her thanks to everyone who shares this sense of loss, and says some other remarks in her statement, and ending by saying, "To my mother, the Queen, thank you." As we watch the coffin with the late Queen Elizabeth II's remains moving through ever so slowly, Amanda Foreman, our royal contributor here, what's going through your mind?
Well, the first thing was seeing Princess Anne curtsy to the Queen as the hearse slowly moved past. The people who have gathered with Princess Anne include the Air Chief Marshal, priests, the mayor. It's not just the royal family. That's what you see at every occasion, is that it's the leaders of the communities who are all coming together. And you see it now at the airport, and as you say, not a pin dropped. Meanwhile, I've heard that at Buckingham Palace, as they're waiting for the hearse to arrive, the Archbishop of York is leading mourners in singing.
Wow.
Singing hymns.
Oh, that's so special.
It is, and it does remind you that it is a religious occasion as well as a family occasion and a mourning occasion. It's all mixed up together.
It's also a transition, and part of that statement by Princess Anne, she acknowledges and thanks for people's understanding and for people's welcoming of King Charles as the new monarch. And she also makes note of just how much her mother's presence and contribution meant to the sense of identity of the British people. And, I'm just wondering, thinking about these last moments, of course, and every funeral and every celebration of life, you think about, the hole that somebody is going to leave behind in the lives of those impacted, often, family, friends. In this case, it's a global gap there. Can you tell us a little bit about, looking forward, what do people look for in their queen that they're now going to resort to King Charles for, and how different that may be?
Well, one of the things they looked for in the Queen, and they will now look for in the King, is this ability to rise above politics, to put the country first. And we saw that in his visit to Northern Ireland, which is all about putting duty and self-sacrifice first in the cause of peace and reconciliation. It's the conflict-ridden part of the United Kingdom. Thousands of people have died during the troubles between the IRA and the British government and ordinary civilians. So that is what the monarchy can do and does do. Is it represents an ideal and enables important aspects: ceremony, reconciliation, embrace of difficult times, and celebration at happy times.
Now more than ever, you need the kind of leadership of the issues that he has talked about before, things like climate change, which he has been a resounding advocate for even before anybody seriously, in terms of other leaders, paid attention to it. We need that voice more than ever, and it sounds like he won't be able to advocate, or so he has kind of hinted at so far.
He
That's
can't,
concerning.
but he's very close to his eldest son, the Prince of Wales, Prince William, who shares exactly the same views on this. So I think that you will see the two of them in tandem and working together.
It's remarkable too, as we watch these live pictures coming to us from London just past 7 p.m. there, where the weather really seems to match the mood. I mean, this is your typical English weather. It's grey, it's grim, it's rainy, but many are feeling this sense of grief, especially now. We heard the news, of course, on Thursday when the Queen passed away. We've known that this moment is coming, and yet, even for me sitting here, there's something about watching it live and seeing this happen in real time that brings a new weight to it. We've been speaking about other members of the royal family. Princess Anne was given the role of Princess Royal by the Queen, and King Charles III has now reshuffled, and it becomes a new household in effect. Talk to us more about who does what now. Is it Prince William who, as Lilia was pointing to, takes on the mantle of social issues? We know Prince Harry out of official duties, which will be something noteworthy as we watch what happens ahead. I mean, is this really it? Is it now a smaller inner circle?
It will be a smaller inner circle. And what's interesting is that Princess Anne did not want her own children to have titles, and so they do not. They are ordinary Mr. and Miss. So Zara Tyndall, for example, the Queen's granddaughter, Princess Anne's daughter, is a noted equestrian. She's ridden in the Olympics, and she's incredibly popular. But she's what you call a commoner. And I think that's an insight into not just Princess Anne's mentality, but the Queen's mentality, that she wasn't wrapped up in titles. She didn't care about aristocracy and hierarchies in the way that we might think that she did.
And I mean, we, as Errol was talking about before, we saw that yesterday there was a heckler, addressing Prince Andrew. Are we going to continue seeing him? I think, his figure, it's not just controversial, it could be triggering, for people who have survived any form of, sexual abuse or violence or assault, and, not to declare him guilty in any way, but his figure has still been attached to this notion, to Jeffrey Epstein, and perhaps seeing him take part of these moments might be triggering for people. Are we going to continue seeing him throughout the procession until Monday, and in what form?
Well, Prince Andrew, as we know, he's going to be allowed to wear his military uniform just the once.
Not Harry.
But not Harry. No, because Prince Harry is no longer a working member of the family. It's like you can't be a little bit pregnant and you can't be a little bit working member of the royal family. So it's tough, but that's what it is. So the slimmed down monarchy really pertains to, I think, just official engagements. But you obviously see the family, because the family is the family.
But that's what I think what's so incredible about this moment. It's a moment for the family. It's a moment for the military. It's a moment for the church. It's all wrapped up and
for the whole United Kingdom, for sure.
Absolutely, and it stretches well beyond just the island. Amanda Foreman, thank you so much for providing your insight. I know you'll stay close by as we continue to monitor the Queen's coffin and its journey to Buckingham Palace.
We're going to take just a quick break, but there's more news ahead. You're streaming CBS News.
original CBS Reports documentary.
This place is at the very tip of the spear when it comes to Satanism and witchcraft and demonism.
Has the church been this divided?
Not in my lifetime. They've been radicalized in their approach to politics.
United in Christ, divided by politics.
We have what I call a cowardly pastor problem because they don't want to get involved in the political situation.
Conservative Christianity and Republicanism have grasped hands in a way that's very unhealthy.
There are churches whose members have divided over partisan politics.
How an evangelical civil war could change the spirit of America.
This was a heavily Christian-influenced attack.
When we have the ability to say that God is on our side, it allows us to justify all kinds of cruelty.
An original CBS Reports documentary, streaming now.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You've never done an interview like this before.
That's correct.
Tonight, a congressional investigation sparked by reporting from CBS News. What's your message to consumers?
They need help now. Tell him I feel it.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C. on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
We will witness yet another moment in history.
Want to go someplace new? Yeah, you do.
See something new.
Learn something new.
Meet someone new. Nate B in the house.
There's always something new under the sun.
CBS Mornings, weekdays.
When weather is about to get extreme.
We're talking about hail, we're talking about tornadoes, damaging winds.
Every second counts.
Let's now take a look at what that really means to you.
That's why CBS News and the Weather Channel have come together to bring you virtual weather technology so advanced, so real.
We can show you what it's going to look like when the storms come through.
You'll see what will happen, where it will happen, before it does. Feel the forecast on CBS News. Time to get prepared. People from every corner of America facing challenges.
Everyone is just looking for some type of connection.
Just raise your hand and say, hey, I'd like to help.
Coming together to find solutions.
We are going to do something about it.
Their stories are our stories.
Welcome to Eye on America.
Stream now on the free CBS News app.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
We have an inspiring story that started with a strange act of kindness.
Yeah. We found it.
You're kidding me!
We got it. We share stories that lift you up and brighten your day.
The Uplift. Stream on the free CBS News app.
Stories that inform, inspire, and brighten your day.
I've been waiting patiently for something like this.
Make every day a little more like Sunday morning.
Here comes the sun.
Stream on the free CBS News app Tuesday mornings.
The House Oversight Committee is urging the National Archives to get written certification from former President Donald Trump that he has returned all classified records.
Now, that letter says the committee is concerned certain documents may not have been properly handed over to the government. The Justice Department has also expressed similar concerns. The DOJ is arguing for a federal judge to lift the freeze on their investigation of records recovered at Mar-a-Lago. On Monday, the DOJ actually agreed to a Trump team nomination for